All right, so we're going to go over how to sync Google Classroom to Synergy and vice versa. So first you want to start, I'm in my gradebook setup. So go to gradebook and then gradebook setup here. And the next place I want to go is the second tab up at the top here where it says class settings. And now I can see all my classes and I can see that Google Classroom is turned off for most of my classes. So here I'll go to edit and then just toggle where it says disabled, toggle that so that it says enabled. Now, I definitely want to make sure that I open up this advanced settings option here. So I'm going to click on this arrow and I can see that I have a couple of things. One, I want to put in the class code. If you're syncing Google Classroom and you just leave this blank, it's going to assume that you need a Google Classroom. And so it's going to create a new one for you, which can be very helpful at times, but most of us have Google Classrooms already, so we just need to go to it. So now I'm going to go to the class that I want to sync it up to. So I'm going to go to this period 2, and I will just copy the class code here, or I can just click on copy invite code here, then go back to Synergy and Control V to paste. Oh, that did not copy it right. Let me copy it better. So going back, just copying this code here, Control C, and going back in here and Control V to put it in. Now I can sync the student roster, I can sync my assignments, I can also choose which date I want to sync assignments from. So if I want it from this week, if I want to sync it at a later date, Google, this is kind of glitchy. So sometimes we want to sync assignments from like the date that it stops syncing. That is an option there too. And then once I'm done here, then I'm going to click save and it should all sync up together. Now with that warning that Google Classroom has, or Synergy and Google Classroom syncing has been kind of glitchy. So I know some teachers that will just manually sync their assignments once a week so that they can, make sure that everything is going in correctly. If you are syncing and you're doing automatic syncing, just make sure that you're checking it every once in a while, like once a week, check to make sure that your assignments are still syncing correctly and that everything is going over smoothly, because we have had many glitches this last semester of where it has stopped syncing for whatever reason. If it does stop syncing, the best way to kind of resync it is just to go through these steps again. So turning off Google Classroom, just turning it off, and then enabling it back in and re-putting in that class code seems to work well as to get it resyncing with it. So just note that if you're using this, you can't just forget about it. You need to be double checking that it is still syncing on a regular basis, because it has been pretty glitchy. So, just double checking at least once a week that it's still syncing correctly. And then if it stops syncing for whatever reason, that you're going back and doing these steps. All right, so if you have any questions, please let me know.